Hello, everyone. So today I would like to talk about my migration journey. So I left my home country of Bosnia in 1992 when the Civil War broke out, and it was no longer safe to stay in my country. And through a long and dangerous journey, eventually were able to cross to a border country called Croatia. And in that country, eventually we were able to be reunited with my father, who at the time we were separated from my mother and I. So once we were reunited with my father, we applied for asylum, and we were granted asylum in the country of Spain. It was not by choice the location where we were going to go, but that's where we could seek asylum. And so we prepared for that journey to move and migrate to Spain. That journey was a long journey as well. We were placed on a Navy ship that we spent over a week traveling on, and then were placed in refugee camps in Spain, where we lived over a year in refugee camps with other Bosnian families from my country. Eventually, after settling in Spain, we experienced a lot of hardships with the economy in Spain being how it was, very unstable. My parents could not have solid jobs, and so it made it very difficult financially. We experienced a lot of financial hardships and ultimately made the difficult decision to seek asylum again in the United States. That process itself took over 2 years, 2.5 to 3 years to apply for asylum, go through the vetting process and all of the background checks. And for many people, they don't understand that the vetting process to resettle to a country like the United States, it's very rigorous and takes time and can take a long time. For us, we were lucky enough that it only took 2.5, 3 years. But for others, it can take many, many years where they are waiting in refugee camps. And according to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee Office, less than 1% of refugees who apply through the UNHCR are granted asylum in a third country like the United States. So, statistically speaking, we were very, very lucky. We were one of the lucky ones. I remember when we arrived in the United States, we had a layover in the city of New York, and I was a child at that time. I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I remember seeing a yellow school bus, and I had never seen an actual yellow school bus like you see in the movies or in the cartoons on TV. And I remember the joy and excitement I felt of being able to go back to school as a child, and the excitement around that. And eventually we resettled in Arizona, and this is where I currently reside. This is where I call home. But initially, our integration process was very difficult. It took a long period of time to adjust. We had many issues with our housing. Our housing was very, very difficult. And also, my parents had to take on jobs that in factories where oftentimes they were exploited because they were immigrants and did not speak the language. They could not work the careers that they had from back home, and it was very, very difficult for them. Eventually, we were able to integrate and start a life. My parents purchased a home within 2, 3 years of resettling, and I grew up, went to school, and when I went to college, got my bachelor and master's, and even purchased my own home before the age of 25, which I'm very, very proud of. And I think the lessons learned for me from my migration journey, my experience, is that refugees are resilient people. We are not victims, but we are resilience and strength. And you can accomplish in anything you set your mind to, no matter how difficult the journey is. Thank you.